What did you think happened today? When and where did the momentum shift? Just your analysis of Lakshya Sen's match
Well,
today.
I think he played well, but of course I'm a little disappointed. He couldn't finish it. Yesterday also he was in a winning position in the first game. It would have probably made a difference yesterday itself. Uh, Today also I think after winning the first, he was leading 8-3 in the second. So he's always been a little uncomfortable playing on the faster side, from the faster side, or playing with the wind. So I think he needs to work a little more on that, because if even if you've seen his earlier performances, a lot of the times he's played three games, and most of the times when he has lost, even against players where he can beat in two, it's when he's playing with the wind, he's very tentative. He's not very confident. I think that is one area where we need to work. I think that's what happened. He was in the first game. He was very comfortable because he was playing against the wind or on the slower side, and generally Indians are comfortable playing from the slower side. There was quite a bit of drift today, and so when he moved on the other side, he started well, but somewhere I think it is still playing on his mind. And then when he gave away a few points, 2 3 points, when it became 8-6, 8-7, I think suddenly he lost confidence, and I think after that it was. I think uh, he got the confidence, the opponent, because otherwise he was not he was not his normal self, because he was low on confidence. I think when he made it 8 all, that I think there was a change in body language. So if he had probably taken 2 3 more points at that stage, and if Lakshya had taken changed, or at 11-3 or 11-4, maybe it could have made a difference. I mean, not that he's sometimes lost from similar position in the past, but not against maybe only against very highly ranked players like Victor or anybody. I don't think so. No, no. I think that's his. There's no injury at all. That's his way of. He keeps falling down. So this bleeding is always there a little bit. We've tried to. It's become a habit with him now. To dive and go for the shots. Few areas definitely we need to work on. There's no doubt about that. While we are happy with his performance, I'm a little disappointed that we couldn't get even one medal from badminton. We have, like I said earlier, I think we were contenders. I won't say definite medalists, but uh, we were we were contenders for three medals. So at least one I would have been happy. Of course, I'm personally disappointed. But having said that, I think this time, the government, the SAI, the foundations, tops, everybody has done their bit. So I have nothing against. I don't think anybody could have done anything more than what the government has done. The sports ministry, SAI, tops, and all the OGQ. And so I think it's high time the players also need to take some responsibility, because all these years we could say that there were not enough facilities or encouragement. But I think this time it's only getting better. So all especially the top 30 players, I'm not just talking of badminton, but generally across all sports, the top 30 or 40 who had a chance of getting a medal have been given whatever they wanted. They've never said no to, even if it was sometimes maybe even unreasonable demands, they've been met. I think definitely. I think earlier we were not even getting to number four. So I think one thing is very clear. I think we need to focus more on on mind training. I think I've always said we across sports. I think we don't give enough attention for sports psychology, which is I think very important, because it's a very uh, you know boring subject. People don't appreciate, especially in events like this, in especially in Olympics, because world championships or any other event, it's a one-off event. The pressure is not so much. And I've always said that in the Olympics, if you've seen a lot of the in badminton also, a lot of the top players have all lost. It's not because technically they were not good or physically they were not good. They couldn't handle the pressure. Olympics is all about handling pressure. So all the more important that we pay more attention to mind. To train your mind, to do meditation, to do yoga. I think one of the reasons why probably Manu Bakar has done well in in shooting. Despite she was not the favorite. The second part is a lot of the times I think over the years um, people who are favorites are always under pressure and have not done so well as expected. Most of our medals even in the earlier Olympics have come from people whom we have not expected anything, because there is no pressure, they play freely. So I think all these factors show that we need to focus a little more on, we have a lot of foreign coaches, foreign trainers, foreign physios maybe, but I think it's high time we had foreign sports psychologists also. This is not to take away anything from Indian sports psychologists. They are also, some of them are good, but I think high time the players also realized the importance of sports psychology, and it cannot be done just 3 months before the Olympics, or if somebody wants to do well in the next Olympics, they have to start right now and be at it throughout. Only then will it make a difference. Now, one is psychology, and then specifically in Lakshya's case, maybe he needs to work a little bit. Like I said, when he's playing with the wind, he needs to. I mean, everybody has a problem, but I think he has more problems than the others. If you saw in the first game, everything the Malaysian played, a lot of them went out. He was not able to control. So it happens, but you must learn to learn to control and do less mistakes. Mistakes will happen. Everybody is comfortable playing playing against the wind, because you can play freely without any hesitation. But yeah, I think Lakshya probably needs both. A little bit of mind training and focus on mind training, plus a little bit of practice and a little better control. He needs to work on the court as well.
Sir, uh, we as journalists keep speaking to all the fans also, lots of players, ex-players, great players like you. So there's one thing that fans are talking about कि बैडमिंटन का जो फ्यूचर है वो इतना ब्राइट नहीं दिख रहा है. देयर इज अ बिग वैक्यूम दैट हैज कम इन नाउ. सिंधु के बाद कौन, मतलब लंदन के बाद सिंधु थी, सिंधु के फिर टोक्यो, टोक्यो के बाद यहाँ पे भी एक्सपेक्टेशन थी. बट नाउ सडनली ऐसा लग रहा है बैडमिंटन में नेक्स्ट ओलंपिक्स में हमारे पास एक वैक्यूम क्रिएट हो गया, जैसे लिएंडर और महेश के बाद कोई प्लेयर नहीं आया टेनिस में. How do you see badminton's future in
No, I think
LA?
in badminton, I don't think it is that bad as it is in tennis. We have players. Maybe some of them are still very young. I think we need to focus on them. I think generally in Indian sports, what has happened is when we get a star, I think there is too much focus on just at one player, and we don't pay enough attention to the next line of players. So I think that is where the federation needs to, focus a little more. Like you said, there is a big vacuum in the ladies singles. Men's singles, I think we are still, Lakshya is still young. Priyanshu is doing reasonably well. I'm not saying that it is good enough, but at least there is some talent. But women's, I see there are young girls, 3-4 of them. Maybe some of them are 13, 14, 16, 17. So I don't know whether they'll be ready for the next Olympics. But we need to identify such talent and give them proper training. I think we saw in the Uber Cup, in the Asian Championships, some of the girls have played well. So there is talent, at least in badminton. I can say, I don't know about other sports, but I think we cannot remain satisfied just having one player. We need to focus on the next line, maybe even the third line. So like they do in cricket, you have the main team, then the A team, then the under 19 team, under 17 team. So we need to focus. There is a lot of talent, there's absolutely no doubt, but combined effort is required, and little bit of effort from the players also. A little more responsibility, a little more accountability. Not just ask for whatever you ask. Once you are given that, then you also have to be accountable. So I feel that even last Olympics I said that I think the players have to learn to take responsibility. In India, I think a lot of the top players, once they, they have to show the way to the younger generation also. Of course, they inspire a lot of young kids to take up a sport. Like for example, I think Sindhu has done a lot for Indian badminton. Similarly, a lot of others for shooting and wrestling and boxing. But I think the federations need to focus, more on the next line. While you continue to support, like what China does. So they don't depend only on one. By the time the one top player retires, they know they already have 4 or 5 of them, in each of the events, and they focus on them and give them all the encouragement. And everybody will not succeed. There will be a few failures, but we need to have a good system in place. Well, I think it just maybe the players were peak at that time. So it's not that we could have probably got one bronze here also. Just a matter of one game, maybe a few points. So it doesn't mean I think a combination of all the things which I said. Things clicked in. I think you need a little bit of luck also. In especially in Olympics. You see, if you see the draw for Lakshya, it was so tough right from day one. He had a very tough, whereas some of the other players had a very easy round. Like somebody like, I'm not giving that as an excuse, but just a fact. Lakshya had to play 5 or 6 tough matches, including Christie and the Belgium player and last year's 4th medalist. Then so you need some luck. For example, if you see the the Indonesian girl who won the bronze today, so so you need a little bit of luck like that. And again, nothing to take away from, she's worked hard, but I think a certain amount of luck is required. But generally they say fortune favors the brave, so you have to work hard, and if you work hard, maybe the fortune will then favor. Maybe to some extent, but that's also required. But like I said, I hope the players also realize that they have a responsibility, that they need to, when you ask for certain things, I think they also need to deliver. So if they don't deliver, then I think you need to be little firm with the maybe the federations can be, or the government, of course it's not very easy, because we have so few stars. So it's if you don't give them something, then it becomes an issue. So I think the press also has to play an important part. I'm not saying that don't make them stars, but like for example, I don't want. I'm not happy. Vimal is also not happy with with the 4th position of Lakshya. Because he could have definitely got a medal. So a lot of people might say Axelsen might say he's the next best, but that's not good enough. There was a possibility. If he had lost comfortably to Christie, okay, then then it was a different issue. But having come this far, when he had an opportunity, he was leading, and of course he's still young. So but he must realize it himself, and not give it as an excuse, or I want more. Okay, then you work harder. Take the responsibility and work hard. I think if we do that, I think we can get better results, because I think in terms of facilities, I don't think anybody can do anything more.
Thank you, guys.